Welcome to the show, Ian from Ajax Machine Tools. Right, Ian, your company do nearly every single machine I can think of. We've got drilling, grinding, boring, shaping, slotting, sawing, and sheet metal machines. You do absolutely everything, don't you?
We do like to cater for a big chunk of market, yes.
You do.
We do.
Today we're going to be discussing just a couple of machines with great deals, particularly a turning machine, and you've got a price from £16,995. That's a brilliant price. I'm sure everyone's going to be interested in this. What machine are we talking about?
We're talking about a CNC machine as well. It's a CNC stroke manual machine, and it's a teach lathe, so you can do
this
manual machine.
Here. What's the model?
It's Evolution Ultra Turn 200, where you've got Fagor 8037 fully conversational control, a 4-station automatic tool post on it, at the price that you've just mentioned there, at under £17,000.
I reviewed this machine with yourself, I think, going back about a year or so ago. But there's been some
different machine.
Yeah. Oh, it is it? But
yeah.
So what's the differences between what we looked at and this one?
It's been updated, basically. It's a new design, new ergonomic design for 2017. The controls have been updated. We formerly only had a 808 control from Siemens. We've now got the Fagor 8037. And it's now got a 4-station automatic turret as standard, whereas before it was with a quick change tool post.
When you say ergonomic then, what's the changes in the ergonomicness, if there is such a word?
It's mainly aesthetic, I've got to be honest.
Well, don't worry, he didn't really have a good word there either.
Well, because I remember when we did look at the machine we looked at the time it was a new model, and I know you were having a lot of success with that, so they've obviously tapped into that and then made some even more different developments to take it to the next level too.
Well, they have, yeah, and a lot of it is to do with how they manufacture machines. They're making an awful lot of machines out in the Far East. We're tapping into that market that they're supplying.
I'd be interested to know more about that Fagor control. Tell us about that, because that's obviously a big element of...
Yep, the Fagor control is, if you know Fagor at all, it's a Spanish manufactured control. It's been around for 30 odd years. They've sold thousands and thousands of controls. It's probably the 4th biggest out of what I call industry standard controls, because you've got Fanuc, Siemens, Heidenhain, and possibly Fagor as the next one. And it's a fully conversational control, so you've got all of the CAN cycles are already in there, so if you have no CNC knowledge whatsoever, you can teach people to use a CNC machine.
Actually, leading on from that, Ian, because instantly my personal first thoughts on this machine, you're going to be talking about training, it's going to be geared toward apprentices. Are these really the only markets we're talking about, or is there more? Is there potential for more here?
The market for this machine is potentially anywhere, and it's, yes, you quite rightly say, universities and colleges, which, because it's simple to operate.
And it's got both, it's CNC and manual.
Yeah, it has, and it's the next step up from the manual machines which the kids are being taught on as well. But also, any machine shop can have one. Fred in his shed, one-man band, all the way up to the blue chip companies. And
why are you saying blue chip companies here?
Well, blue chip companies can have tens of hundreds of thousands, millions of pounds worth of machinery, but sometimes they still want to do 1-offs, 2-offs, 10-offs, and you wouldn't want to set up a £200,000 machine for doing 10 pieces.
It's very capable. I'm going to have to stop you there. We've got to discuss milling. That was the second machine.
Yes, we've got a brand new machine out to market for us as well. It's a metre CNC bed mill. It's a metre in X-axis, 500 in the Y-axis. We've been very successful with the smaller machines, so we brought out a new one to market as well. And you have a video which will be coming out from yourselves, which is showing us laser calibrating a machine. It's a CNC bed mill. Normally they're taken out of a box and they're put into a company. We actually fit all the controls, the CNC and the electrics in the UK. So it's officially a UK built machine, and we calibrate it, laser calibrate it as well, and we were showing one which was being laser calibrated to sub 5 micron.
That's the machine there, and I noticed this Heidenhain control that you've got on here. One thing that was interesting for me is the difference between the analog and digital. Going back to selling machine tools, it was always a big thing to push digital technology, but we have a different slant on this, don't we, here?
Yeah, I mean, this is a fully analog machine. Digital is great. Digital gives you speed and it gives you connectivity to everything else. This is a CNC mill. It's not a machining centre. Again, it's geared to the the low volume market, you wouldn't buy one of these if you wanted to do thousands of a component, but you'd do it if you wanted to do 1 off, 5 off, 10 off. And the digital technology is no advantage whatsoever. In fact, it can be a hindrance because it's possibly not quite so much now, but was never as reliable as the analogue. It's not broke, don't fix it.
Anything in the industry you wanted to discuss as well?
The things that we're very busy. We're still very busy. We've had a quiet summer and it's picked up again. We've had an open house up in Stockport at our northern agent. Yeah, it's been very good. In actual fact, we got an order through today for another machine, which will be 3 from the show. From a small company, that's good, and we'd expect another couple more from it as well.
These guys, noon machine tools. What happens if you want to buy a machine in the morning?
Are we going to keep this? We're going to keep this. I love it. Let's keep going. Come on.
Well, you can have one morning, noon and night.
Oh my goodness. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay. Was there any more
No.
to that?
So Noon Machinery Services, they're the agent for you in the north of England, aren't they?
They are indeed, yeah. They're based in Stockport, which is where Ajax originated from. And they're being very successful for us at the minute as well. Yes, they're sending a lot of machines for us.
And one of the things that's interesting I find in the industry at the moment is people are talking the economy down in lots of ways. And I know you're going to come on to this with the press. And actually things are quite good for yourselves at the moment from other machine tool suppliers. How do you see the fact that you are selling into the low medium end when it comes to price? Is that correct?
Well, yes. When we come into the price of the market at the minute, everybody knows the exchange rates have fallen. It's good for exporters, but all us machine tool people import. So at the end of the day, everybody's got to put the prices up. But the difference in price between a low-cost machine that we're selling and a £50,000-60,000 machine is obviously a bigger gap. So the gap gets bigger. So the small, less value machines are even better value.
Everyone's got a target market, haven't they, at the end of the day? So, look, before we finish up, if you've got anything else that you want to finish off with or add from Ajax?
Well, the thing about the economy is people keep talking about the economy and Brexit and everybody likes a bad news story. Everybody wants to put it down all the time. There's a couple of stories recently, the one for Nissan. They're building a new model here. They've got the confidence to invest in the UK, and all everybody wants to know all over the newspapers and on the TV is, how has the deal been done? It doesn't matter. It's been done. So it's great for the country, but we should be celebrating that.